Hey guys, it's Keri at My Table of Three. Thanks for coming back and joining me. It seems like lately the only time I have time to pick up the camera and vlog is when we're in the car or a Nate and on our way to run errands. But today is Saturday, and lately I've been doing my grocery shopping on Saturday. Used to I've done it every 2 weeks, but lately I've been breaking down the budget and doing it weekly so that we get our fresh produce and things like that every week, and it lasts through the week and nothing goes bad. And then today, there are a couple of my favorite stores that have meat sales going on, and I'm going to stock the freezer. Like there's pork loin roast, which can be cut up into pork chops, and I believe they're 79 cents a pound. There is a beef roast for $1.77 a pound, which is a very good deal here. And there's a couple of new recipes I'm going to put on the blog for those, and a couple of meals on our meal plan this week that need beef, so I'm going to get those for the crock pot meals. And then another store has split chicken breast for 79 cents a pound, which is not quite as good as I bought it the last time. I stocked my freezer. It was 49 cents a pound, but we are getting very low. Matter of fact, I think either I have one left or I used my last one. I need to do some inventory, but so we're going to stock up on those split chicken breasts for 79 cents a pound, the beef roast for $1.77 a pound. Hopefully, I'm going to see what they look like when we get there. And then the pork loin roast, I'm going to pay a little bit extra for that because I think I'm going to pay the $2 surcharge to have the butcher slicing the chops. But we'll see, like I said, when I get there and see what it looks like and see how much of it they have. So we're going to get started and go. We also have to stop by my mother-in-law's house to tell her happy birthday and visit with her a little bit. And then hopefully I'll check back in with you later and show you my grocery haul that I picked up when we stock up the meat freezer. So let's get this day started. I got out one of my studio lights. We're going to see if you can see this better. I'm just going to go over what we grabbed today. It's not a huge haul, and the main majority of it was meat, which we'll get there in a few minutes. I did grab some decaf coffee because we're out. I could not find any good deals today, but next week I'm going to go to Kroger because I think I find the best deal on coffee at Kroger. Their big containers like $5.99, where this at Walmart was $2.32 for this one container. Beef broth that I'm going to use in a beef and mushroom dish. Just grabbed it at Walmart. Frozen vegetables. We eat our fresh veggies first. I have some steel squash, tomatoes, lettuce, tomato, cucumbers, stuff in the fridge. We eat that first, and then we'll move on to our frozen vegetables. We don't buy canned vegetables. A lot of you say, why don't you buy canned? It's cheaper. I know it is a little bit cheaper, but my husband and I decided a while back that we would avoid things in cans, so we do. We don't have any problem with people that do use those cans. If we go to someone's house that does use the cans, it doesn't bother us. We'll eat. We just prefer to buy these, the broccoli florets. I got 2 bags. I got 2 bags of the mixed cauliflower and broccoli. I was sad because lately my Walmart neighborhood market and the Walmart has been out of just bags of cauliflower, so that's depressing. But I was able to find this mixed bag, 4 bags of the cut green beans, which we like to cook down with bacon drippings or onions. Let's see, we'll come back to the meat. This has a majority of it. The dairy, I didn't need too much dairy. We needed cheese because tonight we're going to do pizza night because it's simple and I'm tired. I'll just whip up one of the fathead doughs and we'll have Term Healthy Mama S, low carb pizza. Milk for my 8-year-old. Yes, he does follow Term Healthy Mama with us, but I do give him some things that we don't, like milk. And honestly, every once in a while I crave milk and I will drink a glass of milk, a small glass, but not all the time. So this will last him a little while. On produce, like I said, I do still have some in the fridge, so we didn't get a lot. I got grapes, red seedless grapes for our snack this week. We got a thing of strawberries. A container of white button mushrooms. This will go in the beef and mushroom dish I talked about with the stock. Some bell peppers. And these are green beans, fresh green beans. And I got these in the markdown clearance section of produce today. And they're $1 for these bags. And they usually do that when they're getting close to, close to the time when they cull them or pull them off the shelf. But they still look pretty good to me, so I'm going to make a dish with those tomorrow. I had broccoli on the menu for tomorrow after church, but I'm just going to bump broccoli down and use these green beans up. I'm also going to put that recipe of my Chinese green beans on the blog soon, so hopefully I'll be able to share that here too. Now let's move on to the main portion of our grocery. I'm sorry guys, you can't really see it the best because of the lighting, but we'll zoom in some. I got roughly about 43 pounds of meat, which will help stock our freezer. We do have one more a couple weeks from now. I get a paid, and that's normally when I buy groceries, when I get my blogging checks and things like that come in. I spend it on groceries to feed our family. That helps my husband with his. He pays the large bills, and I help bring in money to buy groceries and some of the smaller bills by blogging and working outside of the home part-time. But I do work also full-time at home, taking care of the family and blogging and doing these videos. So let's go over this again. Somehow I get sidetracked so easy, guys. I'm a rambler. I got a pound of bacon for $2.37, which is a good price here in our town. I got 2 pounds of sausage. They were $1.04 a pound, which is, this is on sale. Normally it's about $1.90 or $1.86 a pound. Then I got this big beef. I think it's, let's see what it is, bottom round, and it was $1.77 a pound. Now, I will say my budget heart, I budget strictly. We spend just a particular amount every month for groceries, and I try to stick with that. So big pieces of meat like this make me nervous. Now, I will say it's worth the money because this will divide up into 3 or 4 roasts for us. So it's not a big deal. So I have to keep telling myself this $23 actually will break down to be a lot cheaper because it's only $1.77 a pound, which is normally well over $2, close to $3 a pound. So there's that beef. I'm going to do beef and mushrooms in a crock pot. I'm going to do a roast with radishes and onions and things like that. Probably tomorrow for after church. I'll put that in a crock pot tonight. The next thing I got, and you probably won't be able to see these very good, is pork chops. It was actually sold in a big bulk bag. And I got 14, almost 15 pounds for 78 cents a pound. And these were just pork sirloin roast, bone in. So I did pay a convenience fee of $2, which I wish stores still had butchers that helped you with no extra cost. But it is what it is. So I did pay the extra $2 to have this. You can't see it good. But anyway, I had it cut into pork chops, which is about a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick. And I'll separate these out into individual bags, and I'll show you those when I do that. And so that was a good deal at 78 cents a pack. I did pay the extra $2. It raised it up a little bit, but worth it to me since I don't have a meat cutter at home. The next thing I mentioned I was going to pick up, and I did pick up some. I did realize I still have some in the freezer, so I just got 4. Were fresh split chicken breasts, and these are just frozen. They're bone-in, skin-on chicken breasts. They're really good. Most of them, let's see if it'll focus, are about 4 pounds a piece. Some of them are a little bit less, but they are 79 cents a pound, guys. I bake these. Like, one package will do a whole meal for us because they're huge. These breasts are huge. I don't know if you can see that. But I will bake these or boil them. I'll make chicken salad out of them. I'll make chicken fajita rice for one of our e-meals. I'll make chicken stir fry, chicken fajita ring, one of my recipes on my blog. So that's what I do with those chicken breasts. So mainly this is the meat haul. We spent roughly, probably close to $100. And I know it doesn't look like a lot, but this is the meat. It will last us a good long time. And so I'm excited about that. Probably, I would say, and some of the stuff you don't see because I've already started putting the toppings together for the pizzas, the pepperoni, and some of the cheese and all that's already been over there. And there's probably a few other things that got put up. But anyway, that's the majority of my haul. Just a quick look at one of my meat hauls. I'll go again in a few weeks and I'll show you that because they're supposed to have good sales. I also got another package in the mail today, and it's HarperCollins, and it says His Guilt. So this is the book that I'll be reviewing. I'll show you that a little bit later. Right now I got to get and put all these groceries up. Does anybody else, any other mom or wife out there, or even just somebody that buys groceries, do you hate putting groceries up like I do? I don't mind buying them. I don't mind meal planning. Matter of fact, I love the planning and buying. It's just the work of putting it all away. Maybe it's because I'm so exhausted by the time I get here, right? Anyway, that's it for now. I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll check out the book that's in the envelope and see what else is going on. Okay, guys, it is Sunday morning. I actually didn't film anything yesterday after I put all the groceries away, but actually, I said that wrong. It's Sunday afternoon. We've been to church and had a good time at worship, and now I'm cooking lunch. And while I'm cooking lunch, we're having pork chops. I mentioned earlier that when I recorded last, that I think I was going to do a roast today, but I ended up changing my mind because I forgot to put it in the crock pot last night. So Right now, remember the big bag of pork chops I had on the haul yesterday? Well, I'm separating these out into nights, and I do 2 pork chops each, but these are really large pork chops, so, you know, we'll cut them in half and eat as we go, so we'll have leftovers each night. If somebody's really hungry, they can eat theirs. If not, we can save those. So what I do is I just take a freezer bag, and I just label it pork chops, and I'll put one night servings in here, and a few extras, so there's leftovers, like I said, enough for lunch next day, or if they're really, really hungry, the boys can eat more than one. And I'm also frying some of these for lunch with a side of Asian green. Yeah, so we're getting ready to eat lunch. I just showed you how I was separating the pork chops out. Now I'm going to make some butter. And I normally buy butter. I don't go around making my own butter, but it's extremely delicious when you do, and super easy. I was given 13. Speak plainly. I'm a little bit tired. Anyway, I was given 13 of these little things of heavy whipping cream. They are frozen, and I always wondered if you could freeze heavy cream. My mom and aunt gave me these, so I had 13 of them. I still have 10 in the freezer. There's one already in here, and you can see the texture. I'll talk about that in a minute. And then there's this one. You can freeze it, and it works well for butter, but that's about it. When you put it in your coffee after you've thawed it out, it's really, really thick, like really, really thick, like almost butter already. So it clumps up in your coffee and makes it really grainy and nasty. And also I tried to make ice cream out of it. When I put it in my pan and with all my flavors to melt it, it melted down good to liquid. But when I put it in my ice cream freezer, my ice cream spinner, basically turned into peanut butter flavored butter. So as for the question, can you freeze heavy whipping cream? I would say no, unless you want to make butter, which is what we're going to do. And I'm going to show you what the texture is like, so you can kind of... This is what the texture is like when you thaw it out. The whey and the cream is already separating, but that's okay. We're going to make butter. Hey, when the life gives you free frozen heavy whipping cream, what do? Make butter. So here we go. You just need 2 simple ingredients for regular butter. Just need your heavy whipping cream and salt. I'm going to put both of these in here, and I'm going to whip them up, and I'll come back and show you what they look like once the whey is separated and you got the butter, and then we'll add the salt. We do that later so that the salt goes into the butter and not in the liquid that you're going to drain off. These containers are 1 quart, so there's going to be 2 quarts in there. This will make almost a pound of butter, and it's free, so it's going to work out. Let me get this mixing up. It takes a while on medium, and it does make a mess, so cover it up with a cloth while you're mixing it, and I'll come back in a few minutes and tell you exactly how long it took me to make this butter and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, I thought I would show you my huge mess. You see my KitchenAid is a mess. My counters were a mess, but I did clean it up. This is the result. This mess is from making the butter, and as it starts to come together, can you see that? And I wash my hands so I can show you. Get thick. The whey here, it's really, let's see if I can move it. It's really liquidy. Gets really runny and liquidy, and it starts sloshing everywhere. And this is from me walking away. So far it's taken about 17 minutes, which, yes, it's longer, you know. It's not like I stand around making butter all the time, because it does take a little bit of time. But, you know, they used to have to, excuse me, shake it and shake it and shake it. And that takes like an hour or longer to shake it. So I just dump it in here and walk away. And you can tell by the consistency when it starts getting like this, and you need to come over and watch it, drain some of the whey off. But I got busy getting my homeschool lessons done for the week, and I walked away and forgot. And so all this started sloshing everywhere. You can see it. I'm going to have a job cleaning my mixer up. It was all over the counter, but I've cleaned it up. But anyway, this is what we're looking like so far. You can see the clump. I'm going to mix it a little bit longer, get it smooth, and then clean this mess up. I'm not going to clean it up now. Just be a waste of time. But got my mixer all cleaned up. Got the mess all cleaned up. And this is what the butter looks like after I've drained off that whey. And I am now going to flavor it with salt. This is 2 pints of the heavy cream. I use this salt here, just a kosher salt. I find it at the Dollar Tree. We really like it because there's no additives, so there's no caking, anti-caking agency, which I don't know if you've heard about that before, but some people say that's very bad things that aren't good for us. And so, we don't use that. So now I'm going to put a half a teaspoon. I'm going to start with a half a teaspoon because this is real coarse. We'll start with that and see how it goes. So after I put that in there, I'm just going to blend it around. a little bit more on slow, just for a few minutes to incorporate. You might can put it up a little bit more, just to blend the salt in. So the 1/4 of a teaspoon, then we're just going to blend it a little bit more, just to try and get the salt mixed through it all. Okay. And we'll take a little, my hands are clean, remember. Yeah, I like the consistency. And so I'll show you what it looks like after I get it shaped into a ball and in a dish. Here's our finished butter. It has enough salt in it, which should take me about I'd say about 3/4 of a teaspoon. You can taste as you go. This is what it looks like finished. Of course, it's not in the little sticks like you buy, but you could form it in that if you had a butter mold. I don't, so I'm just going to put a lid on this and just use it out of that. Those 2 pints of heavy cream. I don't know if you can see that. It is 1 pound. 7.9 ounces, and that is that is without the weight of the bowl. I put the bowl on, measured it, cleared it off, and just put the butter in there, and so that 1 pound 7.9 ounces is just the weight of the butter, and that's from 2 pints of that frozen heavy whipping cream that I got for free. So thank you, Aunt Sheila, and thank you, Mom, for those frozen heavy creams, and now we have butter to last us a while. It is a little bit more time consuming than buying it at the store, but I actually think it tastes a lot better. And hey, this is free versus the $4 a pound that I had to get at the store. So until we run out of this, I'll be making our butter this way. And you can flavor this butter with one of the butter I like to put on our steaks or our fish is cilantro lime butter. You just put in about 8 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of cilantro, and a tablespoon of lime juice, and mix it up. You can crush 1 clove of garlic or use 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, mix it up, and then you have a cilantro herb butter, which is delicious on fish or your steaks. Look at that. Doesn't it look so good? I cannot wait to taste that on our veggies.